Darley tactical pumper utilizes an electronic component called a translator. This translator is a communications device between the chassis engine and the Darley pressure governor. The governor is the electronic control on the main pump panel that is used to control the speed of the chassis engine, which thereby controls the pressure of the pump. This translator is programmed at Darley to recognize the chassis language and transmit this data to the pressure governor. You will know when it is working correctly when the green-colored bar graphs in the lower right-hand corner of the governor display are providing information such as battery voltage, oil pressure, and both engine and transmission temperatures when the chassis engine is running. You will also have an accurate chassis engine RPM displayed on the governor. If the governor is not receiving this information from the chassis, you will not be able to operate the fire pump. In this case, the translator has likely lost communication with the chassis and needs to be reset. You may see error messages like E01, meaning no data, or E02 for no RPM. Common causes for losing communication include visits to a service provider that may have connected a scan tool to the OBD2 port and uploaded a manufacturer's program into the ECM, or the disconnection or replacement of the chassis batteries. If you need to reset your translator, the process is rather simple. First, you need to locate it. If you have a Ford chassis, Darley has been installing it on the driver's side lower kick panel area. If you have an International CV chassis, then your translator may be behind the lower dash panel under the chassis steering wheel. If you pull out on the top of this plastic panel, you should then see the translator module. To reset, ensure the vehicle is in park with parking brake set. The ignition needs to be on with the engine not running. The 6-pin translator module harness needs to be unplugged from the translator. While pressing and holding the red test button, you should now plug in the 6-pin connector to the translator while holding the button for at least 1 second. You can now release the red button. The translator module will recognize this as a special power-up sequence and will store information internally for subsequent boot-up sequences. To verify the successful initialization of the power-up sequence, there should be no LEDs on nor any scrolling LEDs observed on the translator. If there is, try repeating the sequence described earlier again until you get a successful reboot. Once you achieve a reboot, the governor should now show RPM and all engine data in the lower right-hand corner of the display when the chassis engine is started.